Sinking driveway, settling patio, collapsing stoop, uneven pool deck. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS.
This is the morning edition of the Daily Weather Briefing video. This is for Thursday, the 10th of November. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather changing will be impacted by Tropical Storm Nicole tonight and tomorrow morning with rain and wind. The most widespread rain will be over the eastern half of the state, and then we experience the coldest air so far this season by the time the weekend gets here. So a lot to talk about today. Let's begin with the upper air look across the country early this morning. And again, you can see Nicole that is over Florida, the peninsula, and a big trough that's out over the northern Rockies. And it's going to be a very interesting day for weather watchers. We're going to have some major winter weather problems up north and, of course, the tropical system down to the south. There's a look at the radar composite of Nicole early this morning. And here's a look at the single-site radar of the system. The tropical storm is near Orlando, or just south of Orlando, and you can see it spinning away. It came inland as a minimal hurricane, a Category 1 hurricane late last night, and this will be turning northward during the course of the day today. And again, we'll start to see some rain over the southeastern counties of the state, most likely by the afternoon or evening hours. Check temperatures early this morning as the day begins. We got mostly 50s across the northern half of the state. Dothan sitting at 61. High should be in the 70s today with clouds increasing. So there is a wind advisory in effect for the east and southeast counties of the state. This is for tonight and early tomorrow. And those counties would be Cleburne, Clay, Randolph, Tallapoosa, Chambers, and counties all the way down to Geneva and Houston, down to the Dothan area. That part of Alabama, east and southeast Alabama, could see winds gusting to maybe 45 miles per hour in spots tonight as Nicole passes to the east over Georgia. And while that's going on, we've got blizzard warnings in effect up north for parts of the Dakotas, an ice storm warning for parts of Minnesota and South Dakota. And that's a short sign that wintertime is on the way. A marginal risk of severe storms up north in advance of that blizzard through parts of the western Great Lakes down through the Corn Belt. And then we have a chance of a few isolated tornadoes later today and tonight on the South Atlantic coast from near Jacksonville up to about the southern part of the Outer Banks. And that, of course, is in association with Nicole. So let's take a look at the rain for the next 7 days. You can see that for Alabama, the bigger totals will be on the eastern side of the state. And understand, we are going to see some rain next week. So this is the 7-day total through Thursday. With Nicole, rain amounts for extreme East Alabama should be 1 to 1.5 inches. Parts of West Alabama could see no rain at all from Nicole. But next week, everybody will see some rain. Beginning late Monday night and Tuesday, we'll probably have periods of rain on through Wednesday and Thursday as well. But the bottom line is most of Alabama needs some rain, and rain clearly is on the way from multiple systems. Now, other than Nicole, the Atlantic Basin is very quiet. And keep in mind, the hurricane season ends here at the end of this month. Again, Nicole made landfall late last night, early this morning, a little after midnight on the Atlantic coast of Florida, and the system will gradually weaken with time. Here's the latest forecast track from the Hurricane Center, and you can see that they bring it to a point north of Tampa Bay tonight, then to a point over southwestern Georgia just after midnight tonight as a tropical storm, and then dissipation near Greenville, South Carolina tomorrow afternoon. So let's go through modeling here, model fans. This is the GFS. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4. And again, you can see our two systems, the northern branch system with a blizzard up north and the tropical system that is over Florida. So this is 4 o'clock today. Nicole should be on the coast around Appalachia Bay. And again, up north, we've got heavy snow, blizzard conditions for parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota, and maybe some strong storms down to the south of that. But for most of Alabama, the day will feature clouds increasing. Winds will gradually increase this afternoon, the high in the low to mid-70s today. And rain will likely begin over southeast Alabama by mid to late afternoon. So this is high-resolution modeling here. This is the high-res NAM, valid this evening at 6 o'clock. And you can see fairly widespread rain over southeast Alabama at that point. So rain should be falling by mid to late afternoon for places like Dothan, Troy, Eufaula, maybe up to Montgomery. So let's go to midnight tonight. Rain moving up into the Birmingham metro, Anniston, Gadsden, places like that. And keep in mind, it's going to be windy this evening, especially for the eastern counties where that wind advisory is in effect. And then this is tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. And rain continues, most of it from Birmingham north and east. And that rain should be ending during the late morning hours. And the rain will be gone in time for the high school football playoff games tomorrow night. And again, this is the peak winds expected with the system. And remember, this is 10-meter winds here. This is about 30 feet off the ground. Down at the surface, the higher winds will be probably 40, 45 miles per hour. And those are gusts, not continuous winds. And the higher wind values will be over the southeastern part of the state. And this is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, back to the synoptic scale GFS. And you can see Nicole lifting out and dissipating north and east of the state. So this is Saturday, and again, this looks dry, but I am going to introduce a chance of rain Saturday morning for the northern half of the state as this cold air rushes in here. So just be aware of that if you got something planned outdoors. Saturday's going to be a raw day, cold, windy, or breezy. The high only 50 to 55, but an icy north wind is going to make it feel colder. And again, we are going to mention the chance of some light rain Saturday morning for the northern half of the state as the cold air rushes in. The rain will be over by afternoon. For example, the UAB game, that's a 2:30 kickoff. Rain will be gone by then. But Saturday, otherwise, a cloudy, breezy, and very chilly day with a high in the low to mid-50s. This is Sunday. We're going to start the day below freezing in most spots. Lows 26 to 32. Sunday will be a brighter day. The sky will be sunny. The high Sunday in the mid-50s. And these are the temperature anomalies across the country. And again, you can see a lot of green on that map. We're well below average. Monday, we're still dry. The next system off to the west. And look at this. The GFS is suggesting it might snow on Monday in Oklahoma. How about that? And then Tuesday, that feature comes in here with a good chance of rain. That rain probably starting late Monday night into the day Tuesday. And this is Wednesday. Evidence the rain could diminish, but we're going to have a southwest flow aloft, and we'll probably see more rain at times Wednesday night into Thursday of next week. Let's go out 10 days. This is a week from today, the 17th. Again, got a southwest flow aloft, and again, we're wet. So next week looking a bit unsettled with some chance of rain on Tuesday, then again Wednesday night and Thursday. And again, that's some rain we could use. Let's go out 10 days. This is Sunday, the 20th of November. We've still got a southwest flow aloft, but at this point, that looks dry. Rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The numbers are coming up. The mean but now between 2 and 3 inches between now and the 25th of November. And those 80s are long gone. We're expecting low to mid-70s today and even tomorrow. I'm not so sure we hit 72. I think we stay in the 60s all day tomorrow. And after that, highs will be in the 50s for a while, which is well below average for this time of the year. And you can see for Birmingham, lows at freezing Sunday and Monday morning. Many spots will likely be in the 20s on those mornings. And the latest 8 to 14-day guidance in the house here, this is November 17th through the 23rd. Temperatures will likely be well below average. So one more time, we'll go back to the radar showing Nicole. That is inland. Tropical storm winds are 70 miles an hour. It's a rough morning over the Florida Peninsula. Very wet, very windy. The weather conditions there will improve later today as the system begins to turn northward. So, some interesting sky optics yesterday. Had many folks sending in images of the halos and the sun dogs and the moon dogs from last night. This is, you can see the shot from yesterday. And again, these are cirrus clouds. These are ice crystals that are about 25,000 feet off the ground, refracting the light, making that effect. But you've got the sun dogs to the left and the right of the sun. And again, we had the same effect last night with the moon. Those are moon dogs from last night. And, of course, we had the halo, a 22-degree moon halo, which is common. This is nothing unusual. I probably had at least 3 dozen people. I've never seen this before. It must be the end of the world or something. No, this is very common, but a very vivid moon halo in the sky over Alabama last night and early this morning. And those high clouds are coming off of Nicole. And speaking of Nicole, this is a look at Orlando this morning. This is some video just in you can see it's pretty rough. This is how they're starting the day at Disney World in Orlando and through much of the Florida Peninsula. They're seeing winds gusting to 50, 55 miles an hour in Orlando already. And, of course, that's going to lead to a lot of issues. Most of the airports have closed for the day, the big airports, and there are probably going to be some power outages as well. And one more note, every year on November 10th, I have to mention this. 20 years ago today had a horrible, horrible tornado outbreak. This is part of the Veterans Day tornado outbreak over the eastern half of the country. And in Alabama, we had 11 tornadoes with this event, responsible for 12 fatalities. And the two tornadoes that most remember are those parallel track EF3s through parts of Fayette, Walker, Winston County, one EF3, one in Nicole County. Carbon Hill was hit so hard with this event. Carbon Hill lost the elementary school. The high school had burned earlier that year. And there was loss of life in Carbon Hill in Walker County. And I'll never forget John Oldshoe. He was out in the Storm Chaser, and he was basically between those two parallel track tornadoes. And the lightning was just something that we'll never forget. There was also a loss of life in parts of Lamar County, and also we had a fatality up in Cherokee County as well. But that is a clear reminder that this is tornado season. For those that don't think we have tornadoes in November or that they're unusual, they're not. November, December can be very, very active. So that'll do it for the morning edition here of the Daily Weather Briefing video. Let's see, going to Moundville today, Moundville Elementary School. Tonight I'll be speaking to the York Atmospheric Club in Canada, virtually, of course. And then Saturday, a book signing at Sherry's Sparkle in downtown Hartselle in Morgan County. We'll be there between 9 and 11:30. Love coming to Morgan County. That'll be a lot of fun, so come see us. We will have notes over on the blog. That's AlabamaWX.com. And, of course, if you can, join us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Cracks in brick? Cracks in block? Call Alabama Professional Services. Leaning or bowing basement walls? Call APS. Sticking windows or doors? Call APS. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call APS. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS. Call Alabama Professional Services today.